Okay, here's what we're doing. We're going to be organizing our files, but we have to see what the instructions are. Let's pop up the instructions. I'm going to go over to Schoology and into the instructions for this assignment. Down here in Assignments, Files and Folders Practice. And because it's a little hard to read there, I am bringing up the instructions in WordPad, which is a local application. It's very much like Microsoft Word, but I don't have the giant menu across the top that gets in my way. All I want to do is read this. I'm using WordPad, an editor program that's free and decent performance. So what we're going to do is, in the end, we're going to be uploading a zip archive of all the work we're doing today. That's going to be uploaded. But before we do all that, we're going to walk through creating folders up in the cloud and then creating some local documents and folders. So let's get the cloud part done first, and then we'll work on the local part. I'm going to bring up Edge browser and go to office.com and log in as my friend John Smart. So I'm going to look for Edge. There's my Edge browser. You can use whatever browser you'd like. I used Firefox the last class, and I thought I'm going to see if there's a significant difference using Edge instead. So I'm going to go to office.com, and you all have an account at office.com. I'm going to sign in as my friend J Smart. It remembers my last login, and it remembers my last password. Dangerous thing to do. And no, I don't want it to remember to stay signed in. Okay, here I am at my office in the cloud. It changes each time I'm there. Unlike the application, doesn't change so much, but it's not too annoying. I'm going to, let's see, I'm going to close that window. I'm done with that. What I want to do here is create a folder, and let's go back to the instructions. The folder I'm going to create is a folder named CS101 FA23, my name, OneDrive. I'm going to create that folder in office.com. Now, I did say go to onedrive.com. Let's try that. Instead of going, I'm logged into office.com with the same browser. I'm going to go to onedrive.com, and I'll bet you it's going to take me to some strange place. See if it does. Yes, it takes me to OneDrive Cloud Storage. Oh, look at that. It wants me to sign in again. Oh, that's interesting. I thought it would take me to this exact place here, because if I go here to my content, I see all my files. I'm going to see what happens if I sign in as John Smart there. Let's try this. I thought I automatically had a OneDrive account when I logged in. JSmart. Notice it didn't ask for a password, and there it looks a lot like my account I was just in. So OneDrive.com was an unnecessary step. I could have just gone over to here and go to my content, and oh, there, I could go here to Cloud Files. And guess where that takes me? Look at that. It takes me here, but then I can click here, go to OneDrive, and let's see, I don't need that. Go to OneDrive here. Now I'm in my OneDrive. So the lesson we learn here is it's kind of a little maze out there of a lot of ways to get to the same place, and you just got to get used to the browsing of this content. I can go to my OneDrive, my cloud files, go to OneDrive, that takes me here, and it's like, wait a minute, have I just gone in a circle? But that's just the way the OneDrive is. Here I have this view at office.com. I can see my files as well as run all these applications, or I could just go to my OneDrive, and when I click Add New, it gives me a choice of what application to use to add something new. Okay, So I'm here in my OneDrive now. Remember how I got there? I can go to my content or cloud files, hop over here. This is what actually takes me to my OneDrive. And it's this long SharePoint location. Now what I want to do here is to create a folder in my OneDrive. Now the OneDrive creating folders is a little confusing if you haven't been there yet. But it's got this big blue button in the upper left. This is the button that does it for you. Oh, it turns into just a plus if I zoom in too far. The add new is your friend out in the OneDrive. I can click add new. Folder is what I want to create in my OneDrive. So add new folder. I'm going to give that a folder name. I'm going to call it CS101 F823, and I'm going to go put my name in there, John Smart, and I'm going to give it the name OneDrive because we're eventually going to download it to my computer, and I want to distinguish it from my drive down there. I'm going to choose a color for this folder. I'm going to choose a conservative gray color for this folder. You get to choose whatever color you like, and I click create. Uh-oh, I'll call it section 2. Section 2. I forgot I had the same name as before. It won't let you create two folders with the same name in the same place. Now this is the first thing that was confusing is, now where did the file go? I just created it by doing an add new. It doesn't show me my folder that I just created. How do I find it? Right over here under my files. There's the folder I just created. Now it bugs me that it didn't take me here as soon as I did an add new and say, hey, there's your shiny new folder you created. That's just, again, how my OneDrive is working. Now I can browse. Yes.
So we had this conversation last week, but I still don't have my license to use anything, including creating files.
But it lets you log in?
Yeah, but I don't have a OneDrive, nothing. Still don't have a license.
All right, well, let's see if we can get that for you. Let's see, I'll go there. I'll log in as my AT Manning and see if it lets me do this for you. Don't want you being abandoned, not be able to do anything in OneDrive. I'm looking for, there it is. All right, let's see if I can fix this for you, Jake. Admin, see if I can find you there. So you have you log in with an Emmaus account, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see, users. User search for. There you are. Let's see if I can give you more licenses. According to this, you have Dynamics, and for some reason they didn't check Office 365 for students. All right, now see if it shows up. If it doesn't, maybe log out and log back in. Maybe it only checks your permissions when you log in, but it looks like you should have that license now. Yes, another question over there?
Oh, yeah, my account's been temporarily locked.
Okay, username?
T-Campus.
All right, let's see if I can find you. K, right?
Yeah, K-A-P-A-S.
Yeah. There you are. Well, let's see if it tells me anything about you being locked here. Let's see here. I'm logged in as administrator. Oh, block sign in. Block sign. Manage username and email. It's not saying you're blocked. TKPAS, TKPAS, right? At emmaus.edu. Let's see if I can find out. It's not telling me you're blocked. I have an option to block you. Maybe I'll block you and then unblock you and see if that fixes it. How about that? Let's do a block. I'll say yes. Alright, now I'm going to unblock you. Sometimes... Alright. Let's see if I can unblock you now. Unblock sign in. Yep. Unchecking unblock sign in. Alright, now you should be allowed. You're now, it's telling me you're now unblocked from signing in. Yes? You forgot your password? I can't understand you. What did you say?
It doesn't let me log in every time I try to log in.
It's saying unknown password.
Yeah.
Okay.
Me too.
Mine is so locked.
You are going to office.com, right?
Yeah. I hope so.
All right. Ventura, right?
Yeah.
Edwin. All right, come over here and you can reset your password. All right, go ahead and type in your password. I won't look. It's got to be complex enough or it's going to reject it. Click reset. Maybe that's happened before. This is one, it only makes you type it once, so it's easy to type and not realize you had it wrong. Okay, click the reset. Yep. All right. Now, who else needed a reset? Username? What was the username again? L. Wesley. Maybe I didn't make one for you. I knew with more students it was going to be a little tougher today. Let's see here. You forgot your password. All right, come up here and we'll reset your password. Don't forget it.
I didn't read it. It's just not working.
What is it? Does it say what it was?
Nope, doesn't let you say what it is, but it'll let you type it in.
Yes. They got the wrong one.
Mr. Kappas, you're still blocked out
Yeah.
at office.com,
Yes.
but it's telling me you're not. Why would that be?
I don't know.
Do you want me to change this email?
No, just go ahead and click reset.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Ventura, you got in?
I should have just shut up.
Let's see what's going on with this other one. Adamance.edu. Adamance.edu. That looks to me like your password is over here. We'll get a reset right now. So the forgot your password. Why would the forgot your password make you wait a day? That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. Come on. Just crash the Microsoft site. Getting impatient with the Microsoft there. Okay, while we're waiting for this to come, now over there, now we browse down into your cloud folder, and now we're going to create 3 folders inside of that folder. See how we browse down in just by clicking on the folder name? Just click once. And then we're going to do an add new folder. Create a folder called Word. Make it blue, just because Word is blue. You can choose pastel blue if you like. And we're going to add new folder. Create a folder called Excel. And let's make it green. And add new folder. And we're going to call that PowerPoint. And the search for Campus is taking forever. Why would that be? I refreshed the page once already. Oh, there you finally found you. Now, reset password. And go ahead, you can let even see it. So go ahead and type it in, and I won't look. Then you're going to browse down into each one of those folders and then create an Excel, a PowerPoint, and a Word document. And go ahead and just reset. Okay, so it should let you in now. Now, to create a folder inside the Excel folder in the cloud, just click on the Excel folder and do Add New. Now, I can do Add New here, Add New Excel Workbook, or I believe I can right-click. Oh, there is not an Add New here in the right-click. Huh. I was expecting a right-click Add New. I guess the only place to create one is an Add New, and I want to create an Excel file. Add New Excel Workbook. I'm in the cloud, editing Excel Workbook. Don't worry about knowing all about workbooks. Just put your name, John Smart, or your name was here. Go ahead and type something with your name in it. And then, since I'm in the cloud, there is no needing to save it. It automatically has that content in it. I can simply close that page. I think I'm going to click off it just to make sure, yeah, it's staying there. I can close that tab, and I see that there. If I want to check what's there, come back, see yeah, I was there. Now to go up a level, is there an easy way? Oh yeah, up a level, I can just click on the little cookie crumb path, go up one level, and now click down in my PowerPoint folder. And again, to create a PowerPoint, I can do Add New PowerPoint Presentation. And put something with your name in there, such as your name. Say whatever you want, and CS 101, FA 23, Section 2. And while I'm there, it pops up, oh, would you like a design? Pick any design you like if you want to have fun with it. Oh, I guess I can't pick the design until I finish editing that. And once you have that, it is created. Yes? Yeah, it was wrong about that. Yeah. Yeah, that was a typo. I didn't realize that until a student in the last section told me, you know, you told us to put everything in the Excel folder? She knew what I meant, and But she reminded me, should have told me at the start of the class when we were doing that. So here's what you should have now. A document of that type in each of the files. So a Word document, I haven't created my Word document yet. I'm going to do add new Word document. And put in there, John Smart was here. A cloud Word document. Again, you don't have to save it. It automatically is saving as I edit. I can close the tab, see that the file's there. It shows you how large the file is. Oh, and lots of other things I can do in the cloud, like sharing it. But I'm not going to worry about that. Go up one level, I see all my files. It would sure be nice if I could just expand these and see everything in it, but I have to click on the folder to see what's in it, and then browse back. Click on the folder, browse back. Now I have these files. I want to download them all to my local folder, but I don't want to download. I want to download this entire folder. Now I'm not sure if I click here, will this be my entire folder? Or to make sure I know that I'm downloading this entire folder, I'm going to click on my files, and then I'm going to right click here, or the little ellipsis will do the same thing. If I click on the ellipsis, I can choose now to download that folder. And I know after experience that what a download does is it downloads a archive of that folder. And I like to do a save as so I know where I'm putting it. And I'm going to browse over to my CS101 folder in a special place on my drive. If it doesn't offer you to do a save as, then you know it's automatically has thrown it into your downloads folder. That's the default unless you change some settings in your browser. It automatically puts anything that you download into your downloads folder. And I'm going to find my CS101 folder, 2023 fall. I need to make a section 2. You don't have to make a section 2. You can just call it CS101 on FA23. And that folder, that zipped archive of my cloud files, is now in my CS101 FA23 section 2. And let's see, what in the instructions, let me check the instructions. I think I told you what to name that folder locally. Let's see here. Oh yeah, I need to make a folder called CS101 FA23 local. So I'm going to go create that folder before I do the save. You can create folders while you're saving right there. Save as, new folder, CS101 FA23 local. Browsing down into that folder and then click save. So now I am down inside. I have downloaded that file. It is now inside of a local folder called CS101 local. At this point, I'm done with my OneDrive work because I've put everything in an archive and downloaded this folder. I can always go back to the cloud and see what's up there and browse, but now I have a downloaded copy of what was there in my cloud. Oh, and Jake, did I let you into this now? Did that all work? Excellent. I don't know why that was just didn't check the one box to give you all that. Yes. No, you're going to move it, you're going to save it into a folder called CS101 FA23 local. So you can do you need to have that folder and you can copy and paste it into a different place. Well, you know what? Do you want to create it in your downloads folder, or where do you want to create your folder? You're going to save it. Documents, new file, yeah, new folder. CS101 FA23 local. Okay, and hit enter, and then enter again or double click. And now paste what you just did copy. So now you have that, and now inside of there, you're going to create 4 folders. So I'm done with what in the cloud. I'm going to minimize my browser in case I want to come back and check. Now I'm going to go to that local location using my File Explorer. My File Explorer now lets me browse around on my local system. I can browse my OneDrive, or I'm going to browse into my special folder. You will want to browse into your, I guess I'll browse to where you should be. In Documents, oh, I have a messy Documents. Let's see, I'm going to create a CS101. I'm going to see it. They're alphabetized. I'm going to make a CS101 F823 in this folder. So I'm going to do a new folder, CS101 F823. I'll call it section 2 just to differentiate. Hit enter or double click to take me down into that folder. So here's my folder I just created. And I'll create some, I'm going to create some folders inside of here. Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and Access. Multiple ways to create folders. Here's one here. I have new folder. I'll call it Word. I can do right click, new folder, and I can call it Excel. Or I can, oops, I don't want to go down into the Excel folder. Or I can do Control Shift N for new, and it automatically puts me in the name of a new folder. I'm going to call that PowerPoint. And another Control Shift N, and I'm going to create that folder Access. If I click on the name, it will automatically sort my files in either reverse or forward alphabetical order. If I want to sort them by date modified, I can click on that column and it sorts them either reverse or normal. If I want to organize files by type of folder, a category, I can click on the type and it'll show me sorted by type. Since they're all the same type, it's not very interesting. Normally you sort files alphabetically. Notice I am viewing my files as a list. I can decide how I want to view things, and they've given you a ridiculously number of ways of viewing your files. Extra large icons, medium icons, small icons, lists, details, tiles, content, ridiculous or compact view, not sure what that is. You can adjust how you're viewing your folder, and it remembers how you viewed that particular folder. I normally list it by details. To me, that is the easiest. I can decide if I want to see things sorted by size or date or type. You have complete control over each folder as you view it. Let me go to my Documents folder, and at the top, notice my normal view is details, and I can view by oldest to newest or newest to oldest. I can have them sorted by type or alphabetically just by clicking on the top of that column. Yes?
I'm trying to add the access folder to the local, and for some reason it's not allowing me to.
Oh, let me see what you're trying to do.
I get this error pop-up.
Unspecified. Very helpful, Microsoft. Do a cancel. Now, what you're doing, you're trying to create a folder. You are actually down inside of your OneDrive archive right now. And it doesn't like you creating files inside of an archive. We want to create a folder right at that level, not inside your archive. Now try a new folder. There we go.
And this is where you want the access?
Yeah, we're going to create 4 folders right next to that.
Oh.
So what we're doing locally, what you should have now is 4 folders. And what I need to do, I need to pull that archive I created. I want that archive to be over in my folder here too. So I have to go find out where I put it. I believe I put it over in my downloads. Now I forgot where it went. I'm just going to go back to my, let's check my downloads. That was from section 1. I guess I forgot where I put it. It is so easy to forget where you put files. Let me go back to here. See, did I happen to put over there? There it is. I'm going to Control-C copy that. Or I could right-click copy. Show more options, copy. And then I'll come to my Documents folder, to my CS101 FA23 Section 2. And I'm going to right-click, or I can right-click paste, or Control-V paste. Now I have my archive and my 4 folders. What I want to do now is inside of each of these folders, I want to create that type of file. Let's do I guess we can do it alphabetically. We'll go into the Access folder by double clicking. And I can right click, New, and look at that. It gives me the option, New Microsoft Access Database. Access is kind of confusing though. Watch what happens when I try New Microsoft Access Database. I'm here in the folder where I want to put it. It starts up Access and says, oh, where do you want to put the database? It's like, wait a minute, I was just in the folder. I have to browse again over to where I want to put this. It doesn't think, oh, you're in where you would probably want to put it. I have to go to my CS101, back to where I wanted to save it, Section 2, local, oh, wait a minute, where's my Access folder? Oh, that's right, I put the Access folder. It's in my Documents folder. Documents, F8, where did it go? There. There it is. There's my Access folder. Now I create it. Crazy thing. If you want to actually put your name in the name of the database, that's fine. But the default name of database with some number is fine. I'll call it DB Smart CS101 FA23. Any name you give it. Don't worry about doing anything inside of Access. We'll be doing that later on. All this is showing you that Access is what we use to create databases. When you start Access, it wants to know where are you putting your database right away. And for some reason, it's not smart enough to know that I was here. You'd think it would know this is where I want to save it. No, it makes you browse again when it starts Access. And it's bugging me that I'm not seeing that Access data. Oh, there it is. I have to browse into it. There I see my database created in that Access folder. I'm going to go up a level by clicking here or the up arrow right there. And now go down inside my Excel folder. And this time when I right click, New Excel Worksheet, Microsoft Excel Worksheet, it automatically knows to put it here. Now it creates an empty worksheet though. I want to open that now and put in the words John Smart was here. And I do love how it zooms in on the cells and doesn't make the menu huge and ugly when I zoom in. Control, roll the mouse, lets you zoom in and out. I can close this. It'll ask me, yes, I do want to save my changes. I'll click Save. And now I see that that Excel file was just now edited. I go up a level, do the same thing in PowerPoint. Browse down in by double clicking, right click, New Presentation. I'm going ahead with that name, enter. If I hit enter again, I believe it will open it. And I will add the first slide. I'm going to put John Smart Local Presentation. CS101 Fall 2023. files and folder assignment. Whatever you want to put in there. You can assign a theme or whatever. All we care about is we know PowerPoint is the local application editing files. It is so easy for some people, maybe not for you. Some people get very confused about this, thinking that's the same thing as this. This is the local application. This is the cloud PowerPoint. Local application and the cloud. They are not the same thing. Microsoft is starting to make them look very much similar because they want you to be happy and not confused by one. So it's be smart of them to make it similar. But you can see the menus don't quite look the same. But I bet over time that cloud application is probably going to look a lot better as they realize people like to work in the cloud, but they like PowerPoint to look the same in each place. So there's my local application. I'm going to do a close, and of course it's going to want me to save it. Yes, save what I did. So now I will see the PowerPoint there. I'm going to go up a level, and now the last thing, I'm going to create a Word document inside the Word folder. This time I'm going to go up here and do New Microsoft Word document. I'm not sure why they're not alphabetized in that level. Word document. Enter it twice to open it, and let me put some content in there. John Smart was here. So not the cloud version, but with the actual local app. And that's what we're going to be learning about first. Starting on Friday, we'll be getting into the details of all the wonderful intricacies of the local Microsoft Word app. If I close it or Control S, it'll automatically save changes with Control S. Now when I close, it doesn't ask me, do you want to save changes? Because I did before I closed it. So now in my local file explorer, viewing it maybe as medium icons, I see the Word document. I go up a level. Let's see, I view that as details. Come back in the Word. It remembers the view that I had selected for that particular folder. I do like details better because I like to see my date modified. Now I'm almost done. I've created a local folder with all these things in it. The archive from the cloud, 4 folders with content appropriate to that folder. And now I want to do the same thing I did in the cloud. Well, when I did it in the cloud, when I did a download, it created the archive. I want to create an archive of this folder that I've just created. Now I am in my Documents folder, which can be getting very messy if I save everything here in my Documents folder. I would recommend, as you work on your computer, I'm guessing a lot of you do this already, organize your files, make a folder for maybe each semester or a folder per class of your documents. I had a dear beloved father-in-law that all his folders for everything he ever did was in his Documents folder. He had not learned you can make folders inside of a folder. But he was organized enough to alphabetize his files, and all his Bible theology or his Bible history, he had some beginning numbers or letters on those files. So they would organize together if they were sorted. But I helped him back up his files once, and I was just shocked at hundreds of files all in one folder, but decently organized. It's so much easier just to make a folder for each class and keep all your files associated with that. So here it is, CS 101, Section 2. I now need to upload the contents of this to Schoology. Well, I'm going to go up one level to my Documents folder by clicking the up arrow, or click the Documents folder name. I want to create an archive of that by right-clicking, compress to zip file. What this does is pack all of those files up into one particular file that then I can send to any of my friends, and they can unpack it, and it will create that same structure of folders and files on their computer when they compress it. And by just doing send to compressed file, I automatically have that file created in my documents folder. If I want to give it a different name, I think I'm asking you in the instructions to give it the name. Let me go to the instruction. I think the name, with all those things in it. Oh, I guess I didn't give you didn't require a particular name. So you can give it whatever name you want. Wouldn't be bad to call it a local archive or something. So the name I have here is CS101 FA23 Section 2. I'm going to just click on that once and then click on it again to add the name John Smart. Renaming files, click on the file name once and then click again to adjust file names. This is the file that I want to then upload to Schoology. Remember, I can view what's in there, but remember that has a zipper on it. And when I'm viewing a zipped compressed folder, it's not the same thing as a regular folder. And Sarah, you realize that when you tried to create a folder inside of here, it says, wait a minute, I'm inside a zip folder. I will not create something for you. I can't create something new for you while I'm inside of there. Even though it was trying, didn't it? And I'm not sure why it was even trying, because I'm not getting a new here. Oh, they're new. Let's see if it lets me create something. New folder. There we go. I would call this a bug with Microsoft Explorer. If you're inside of a zip file, it should know that you're not allowed to do something new in there. Remember, notice it didn't do that when I was at the initial level. If I go back a level here, I am inside. The one way I can tell I'm inside a zip file is I see a zipper there, and I see this extract all. Notice the new is not enabled. That's the way it should be. But when I go down inside a folder inside of a zip file, the new becomes available, which should not work because Microsoft Windows or the File Explorer is not allowed to create folders inside of an archive because you're just exploring the archive. So I call this a bug. This should not be allowed. This should still be grayed out like it was here. I'll bet you'll see a Windows update. You'll discover that you can't do that anymore. They've got a problem. So when you're browsing archives, it looks a lot like a zip file, like you're browsing a normal file, but it is not a normal file that you're in, and the only indication is you can see this extract all there. And you can actually open up zip files inside of zip files. Very strange how it lets you browse through and takes you to some strange file paths. And it still has the new, this should give me an error when I try to, yeah. It does not let you create files while you're browsing inside of an archive. But archives are wonderful because you can have a huge version of a particular folder. You can even password protect it somewhere in there. I think you can actually put a password on the archive, so only someone that knows the password can unpack your archive. That's the file that you want to then upload to Schoology. Question over here. Yeah, you can right click, send to compressed. That's the file, the zip file it creates. No read permission. Okay, let's go. Okay, now let's browse down inside of there. Let's see if they have everything we need inside that folder. Got archive, new documents. Go up a level to your documents folder. Now, can you create anything in here? Try to move. Just create another folder. Oh, enter. Okay. Right click on the CS101 now. discovered, she had not closed access after doing the last access thing. It wouldn't let you create an archive until access was closed. That's a good thing to know. If you don't close some applications, they might not let you make copies of the files, because it's like, I got a hold on this file, you can't do anything until I'm done. Now, that was a quick run through of folder exploration and creating archives. I did make a video of this, so I will make it available to you in case you need to go review anything. Lots of things to know, but that file of folder exploring and managing is super important to be able to know how to do all that. Have a wonderful day.